Ian Garry is dead, at least among hardcore MMA fans, because in this past week, he has dug his own grave and at the same time given a step-by-step guide on how not to handle hate. Basically, he responded to MMA Guru making a video about his situation with his wife, and then MMA Guru ended up clapping back at him, exposed him for having married a gold digger, living with her and her ex-husband who has him on a vegan diet as his nutritionist, which you could not make that up if you tried. Also, he took her last name. The situation, it's weird at best, and Ian put the spotlight on it by responding to all the criticism and jokes online. Sean Strickland chimed in, as he always does, and he gave his take on the matter, releasing a video to his Twitter where he called Ian's wife a succubus, talking about how he got played, and he said something along the lines of how it happens to all of us. He then urged Ian to leave his wife, saying how she's just a gold digger, and he even gave a first-hand account of when he met her wife previously, didn't know who she was at the time, but he said how she was just overly flirty, gave off bad vibes overall. And Ian then did the worst possible thing he could have done and responded to Sean. And not only did he didn't clap back at Sean or talk shit back to him. No, he DM'd Sean Strickland on Twitter and threatened to sue him if he didn't take the post down. Now, Sean, being Sean Strickland, was not threatened or worried, and he screenshotted it and posted it on his Twitter, further exposing and mocking Ian. Now, Chris Curtis, he chimed in, trying to defend Ian, saying, said something like, guys, how does what Ian does in his private life matter to you? You know, it works for him, so what if it's not conventional? He got a ton of backlash online from fans. Even Sean jokingly clapped back at him, saying, you're dick riding Ian, blah, blah, blah. And Curtis ended up suspending his Twitter because he got so much backlash for just defending Ian. But this was coming, you know. If you've been following Ian Garry for a while, you know, he hasn't been the most beloved fighter among hardcore fans. You know, it's more of his cocky persona, rubbed a bunch of guys the wrong way. You know, and the last straw was when he was fighting Neil Magny, and Neil Magny made some joke about how he's going to beat Ian like Ian's his son, because, you know, Ian was so much younger than him, and Ian ran with it and was like calling Magny a child abuser, all this stuff. It was just really dumb. And then he also compared himself to Jesus in the comments of Luque's Instagram post, which was a joke, but they were both in bad taste. And then many fans use these things against Ian to further show why he's so unlikable. And fans had previously, you know, dug up information on his wife. You know, Ian's, you know, haters, if you will, had previously brought up this. Oh, why is his wife so much older? He took her last name, all this stuff, and had been clowning him for it. But obviously, Ian had never responded to the haters online, like the guys on Twitter talking shit. Then, when Sean brought it up, who's also an MMA fighter, but he's also very popular as he's the champion and he has a lot of followers on Twitter, Sean brought it up, and Ian, as you know, responded to it. And that's the worst way to handle something like that if you're in a position like Ian is. You know, if you're in a position where you're getting all this flack and all this hate, the worst thing you can do is respond to it head on. You know, like guys like Chael Sonnen, John Jones, Conor McGregor, these guys throughout their careers got a ton of hate, and they, throughout their careers, have ignored all the haters, anyone criticizing them, just act like they don't even exist. That's the way you have to do it. They would never respond to someone like Sean, let alone DMing Sean, threatening to sue him. Like if Sean made a video talking about John Jones, how much of a piece of shit John Jones is, how much John Jones beat his wife, all this stuff, there's no chance that John would even respond to the video, let alone DM Sean talking about, take that down, I'm going to sue you. Because that just makes you look so bad. And even when Jones and McGregor faced like literal legal action for things they did outside of the cage, they never brought it up or addressed it head on. They just moved on and waited for it to blow over, which it always will. It will blow over, especially if you just continue doing what you were doing before. He should not have replied to Guru. He should have just ignored Sean. And by responding to Sean, he gave Sean's claims more light, and he also legitimized them by showing that it got to him and that he's really got to him because he wants them to get taken down and he's threatening legal action, which not only is it wrong to just respond to Sean and threaten to sue him just because it makes you look bad, it also makes no sense. Because think about it, Sean Strickland has a ton of followers, you know what I mean? A ton. And if he posts a video on Twitter, the second he posts that video, it's getting screen grabbed, recorded, and then posted to a bunch of blogs. It's on Twitter forever. So even if Sean was to be like, oh no, I don't want to get sued, take it down, it's still like all these Bloody Elbow, all these sites still have the video. They're not going to delete it. The scenario for Ian would have been just ignoring Sean, ignoring Guru, never responding to them, and just focusing on his fight. Made a statement against Luke or even just beat him convincingly. Most people would have forgotten about Sean and the things he said and the whole situation and focused on his win and what's next for him. And that should still be his plan. I'm not saying it's not. But now that he has responded to Sean, brought in the lawyer, his wife got involved. I think she threatened legal action as well. Like, no matter what he does, hardcore fans are always going to remember this scandal and attach this kind of scandal to his name. I don't know if Ian's reputation will ever fully recover among hardcore fans. Considering he was disliked before among a lot of hardcore fans, he was never really like a fan favorite guy. With all this concrete evidence that's come out to make Ian look even worse, I don't know. He could definitely get some respect back. But from now on, anyone who dislikes Ian is always going to have that to bring up, this situation to bring up. And it's never going to go away now that he's responded to it and brought more light to it. Quick video. I'm going to have another one coming out probably in a few days, doing my breakdowns of predictions for the Sarukian versus Dariush card. And yeah, I'll probably have another couple videos coming out in the next week or two, but hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys in the next one.